Hi, we're back again in the Stanley parable. I had a exhausting last couple of days, but let's relax by exhausting the narrator instead. It just gave me a program is not responding, but
This is the story of a man named
okay,
Stanley.
I think we've heard this before. Yeah, it just gave me a notification saying the program's not responding. Yeah, I hope that's not the case. I think it's responding quite well. Yeah, everything seems to be functional. But, you know what I'm thinking of right now? I'm thinking of that juicy, beautiful escape path. I want to see where that leads to, so...
All of his co-workers, he entered the door on his left.
Right, we know which door is left. Now, after the last episode. Sorry, I'm pausing because I'm monitoring the audio levels. If you watched the last episode, I had a lot of trouble with the audio, but I'm thinking I have the right settings to make sure that neither the fans nor the mouse clicks are picked up. But I'm also like constantly monitoring it, so yeah, I was just looking at that. But they should be fine now. I did play with them and they should be fine.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It
Do
was
I?
a stirring of emotion in his
Yes.
chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself,
Yes.
to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Because
This
I
question
saw-
would not go unanswered for long.
Because I saw the escape path and it's
Stanley
calling
walked
to
straight
me.
ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No!
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
When did you say that's a form of escape? Death isn't an escape. Please don't get the don't get the wrong idea. Anyway, what's that sign doing there anyway? Like, who put that there?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I do so wonder what would happen if I do turn around right now.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
No, actually,
Nope,
I don't.
still on board with death?
Yes, still on board with that.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yes. Ooh, is that hell? Here I come. Isn't this how Portal 2 goes?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell. Oh,
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
hi, ma'am. Woo! A big, pretty lady saved me from death. Oh, how I do love this ending.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Ooh, you're so right, Queen. You're so right.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Oh
Do you
my.
see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh. We're getting a little too philosophical here. I think I'm quite alive. Oh. Here's the path of the game. Start from here. Go there. Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Oh, that's nice. So we're learning about the history of how the world was built. Stanley's computer. Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered. Make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. See, everything has a reason behind it. I always believe that. Every design choice always has a reason behind it. The two doors. The set of two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. I like that. Oh, that's so cool. Office computers. We got... Oh, installation, solitaire, and the employee database. And I can't turn them. Oh, they turn on automatically. Is there a pattern? I could try every combination, but I think... Ooh, nature paintings. Thank you, that's very relevant. I like how flat this is. That's my cubicle. That's my cubicle. These are the doors, the office. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Oh, these are the buttons that I press to try and avoid my horrible nuclear death. Aw, good times, good times. The credits. Written and designed by Davey Reedon. I'm so sorry, I'm mispronouncing that. Davey Reedon and William Pugh. Additional level designed by Colin Eddings and Jack Parsons. Programming by... Oh, I'm so sorry. Jesus Higueras. Sound design by Robin Arnott and Eduardo Ortiz. And the impeccable Kevin Brighting as the narrator. Ooh, thank you for the wonderful game. And also, all of these people. Thank you very much. The office. Maintenance room. 431 to 436. Wait, oh, there's text here. These are the screenshots of the Stanley Parable HD Remix. The point of the Stanley Parable HD Remix is to win. The point of the Stanley Parable HD Remix is to lose. More endings, fewer endings, more narrators, fewer narrators, more Stanley, less Stanley. Am I going crazy? Maybe it isn't the same image. Maybe it isn't the same image. Was that clock there before? I don't remember. How do I go back? Can you check for me? Lord, oh. Greenlight. In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to Greenlight. While its process of approving games for Steam, Greenlight page had only a series of cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval. Oh, that's nice. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpret it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Oh, oopsies. Oh, it's giving Tron. The Lounge, an early version. Do you hear that? There's something. Something's making noise. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these in further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. Subject gloves. Dead strong bad. How do you type with boxing gloves on? I need life advice. Will playing the Stanley Parable help me make friends? I don't have any friends. Wow. So me. That's so me. Question. Are you a rock? The lights. What do the lights in the control room do? I really want to know. Some questions. How do you make a JRPG? How do you make the worst game ever? What is the difference between a duck? Their colors. Preposition. Okay, partner. I'm Anthony Elias, business broker. Please partner with me in a very rewarding business venture. Details will be sent out to you if you are interested. Greetings, omnipotent voice. I want to tell you I like the Stanley Parable as much as I like seeing a humorously small badger in swim trunks. You need to like it as much as I like walking in the park, watching sunset, and dare I say it, pressing buttons. I think that was bad. Well, the thing I want to know is what would you do if Stanley entered any other rooms? Like the back rooms? Well, I guess we'll find out. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I hear something, but I guess that's not something in the map. The lounge. An early version of the lounge. Office. Yes, there's something from here. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, that's something we will surely do. A timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone will lead to a different ending. I'm trying to pick it up. Oh, I see. That's where that noise came from. The cargo. This looks like a portal to set piece. The cargo lift. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. Yeah, and not aperture science. The cargo lift. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. This is... okay, this is very spoilery, I'm realizing. Painless layout. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. It makes sense. We're gonna see this place a lot. Huh? Wait. What maintenance? What maintenance? Hold on. Okay, keep that in mind. Hold on. Meeting room. I'm gonna take a real good look again. Maintenance. That's where it is. Okay, keep that in mind. Sending levers. These lever.
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 These levers were lever. These levers were originally a part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color lever they had pulled. I can't pull them now. Zending. Oh, spoilers! Spoilers. Escape menu. For a long time we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do. It was frustrating for everyone. Oh. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down with the freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two endings together instead. Oh, I thought this meant that the players forgot, like, what way is up and what way is down. No, they... Okay. Freedom ending. This is a freedom ending as it existed in beta. Oh, I do prefer the current one. One of the tests for an early version of the countdown ending. Oh, there has to be a way to beat it then. Freedom ending. This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Okay, yeah, I do prefer every other version. Well, it's nice that the progression is from good to better to best. What is that? Office clock. Boss's office. Screens from the development of the boss's office. Oh. Employee lounge. Underground. An early version of the underground portion of the game. Narration outtakes. Kevin Briding, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from the early takes that were not used in the final game.
Anything in this room. Perfect example. Poor level design. Textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you pick. Good and bad game design. But of course, you being you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you.
He really does have a great voice. Props to him. I'm not sure if I've explored all of this. Oh, I certainly didn't go that way. Oh, but I saw. Oh, this is a loop. Hold on. Very bright window. There's this ending stuff. There's an exit. Game design mockup. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout of this from this mockup is still in the game. Ooh. Alright, we went here. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. First was created in November 2011, second in March 2012, and the third in February 2013. Yeah, I kind of wonder if there's anything behind this. Seems pretty similar. And this is just right. Nice. I think I've looked at everything there is to look at. I just came from there. I think I've seen everything there is to see. Well, it's really cool to see all of this. I always love seeing stuff regarding to development because there's so much thought poured into every little choice in a good, like, piece of media. That was really nice. Let's go. Thank you for the experience.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another.
Oh.
How they both wish to be free.
Do I have a choice? But what does this do? But what does this do? Like, on and off what? The lady narrator? Oh, I surely wouldn't want to turn her off. The actual narrator? Oh, gladly. But what is on and off? On and off what? Oh, screw it. Oh!
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
Can I?
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't...
Sure. Oh, God. I'm sorry. When a pretty lady tells me what to do, I find it very hard to resist. You know what? I will go all the way over there and see if anything changes. But do keep in mind, I did do what she told me to do. Yeah. But I'll still go and see if anything changes. Skip.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I think I'm perfectly on
At
track.
this point...
Well, I'm back in the museum.
And yet it would be just a few minutes. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Well, is there no meaning in the life we live then? It will change it will change something in the lives
Oh,
of...
look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
No, I think this is my choice.
Choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Ouch. I think the narrator's what? The narrator was right. This is an inevitable death. Well, I guess he was right from the start. Oh well. Will the game do anything now? Oh, is this my actual end? Do I have no other choice? No, I'm waiting for an afterlife. Come on. Chop, come on. Game? I suppose I have to manually quit the game and then start. But you know how it is with this game. I'm sort of expecting something to happen if I wait long enough. I suppose I have no choice but to manually restart the game. See you in a bit. Yeah, I had to restart the game. Ah, the office so lovingly created.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Indeed. That window is looking awful tempting. What? Ah. Yep. Ah. Sorry, I'm not a computer gamer. What? Hasta la vista!
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map. until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
Yes, this
so,
game has
now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Now, think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration?
Well...
and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one.
No, this is the first time.
What do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option.
It is
Indeed,
quite.
you are one of the lucky ones.
I
Though
am.
if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
No, you guys are
Well,
lucky.
now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Cheers. Well, you're not going to spend as much time as I do, since I will happily edit the boring parts out. But, can I click the other option right now? No, only one for now. Well, I will be back.
All of his co-workers were
Where's
gone.
the window?
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That's ridiculous. Where's the window? There we go. No, that's... Come on. We're back!
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
Indeed.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes,
Well, I don't know how to
am.
say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then.
But where's the fun in
Now
that?
would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
But where's the fun in that when I can make you
There
do
once
it?
was a man named Stanley, who people considered so
He's
manly.
singing for us.
But the
That's
truth
so
must be
sweet.
told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
I'm afraid to say that I already kind of am. to make this miserable, but this is quite the opposite. Does he not trust his singing skills? I say his song is pretty nice. Okay, let's just loop. Something would happen. Hello? 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 The song stopped. Where are you? Well, I guess we're waiting for a bit longer. Did I mention that I'm also testing out new settings in OBS? So if the quality is kind of different, I don't know yet. I haven't seen the recording. Obviously, I'm recording right now. But if the quality is kind of different, I apologize. I'm still figuring this out. And apparently, I'm also trying to figure out whether I'm trying to reset or not. Won't he come back and talk to me a little more? Oh, come on. Something has to happen. Okay, I made the executive decision to restart the game at that point, but that was another 1 or 2 ending, and with the other one that we got before that, I think that's enough for this episode. It's fun finding this out, and I know that a lot crazier stuff happens, which I'm excited for. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope the quality is okay and I'll be able to edit this fine, and I won't be screaming at my screen during editing seeing like horrible quality or something. But yeah, hope you enjoy this. See you in the next one. Bye.